Modern Warfare 3's campaign was somewhat of an oddity, somewhat of an abnormality, and a somewhat of a great step in the right direction in terms of storytelling and gameplay overall. Modern Warfare 3's campaign took a step forward in the direction of storytelling compared to the previous Modern Warfare 2 title. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't say that extremely powerfully. I'm just saying it took a step forward in general in storytelling. I feel like this campaign is more enjoyable to play gameplay-wise and more enjoyable storytelling-wise overall compared to its predecessor, Modern Warfare 2. And yes, this game does not have Ghost in it like Modern Warfare 2 had Ghost in it. And Ghost was a badass, right? This game does not have Ghost in it, but it does have good characters and good ways of exploring their character development to actually makes you feel like you like them and you care about them to an extent to where when they die or when something happens to them, you actually feel a certain way about it. Now, this campaign does not differ or go off the rails creatively, any way, innovatively, any kind of way at all, to be honest, compared to the games that came before or after it. Basically, just a war, we gotta stop the bad guy, stop the bad guy from doing bad things, and then boom, we win. That is pretty much the rundown of this campaign. But it does somehow hold your attention, even disregarding all of the repetitive formulas and repetitive storytelling narrative options. It still somehow holds your attention. And I find myself playing this campaign for hours at a time, missions at a time, instead of just one mission or two missions. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm bored of it. I'm getting off. I actually kept playing this one. This story picks up from where Modern Warfare 2 left off, obviously, the previous Modern Warfare title, on the search for Makarov still. Now, Makarov's on an absolute shit hunt to destroy America and destroy basically every fucking country in Europe. And the scenery and the backdrops in this campaign are fucking awesome. And I truly do appreciate in playing on American soil. For the first couple times in Call of Duty, we're actually playing in America where invasions are happening and shit like that. And it's honestly amazing. Same thing with Paris and in London. It's so cool to be in these iconic places and fighting in them. Because at this point in time, I was so damn tired of playing in the Middle East. And even now, I am so damn tired of playing in the Middle East. Every Call of Duty game, it's like, we're going back to the Middle East, boys. No, cut that shit out. Take us back to Paris. Take us back to America, Germany, places that are actually fun to fight in. We are so done with the Middle East. I am so tired of it. It's not even funny. Every mission in this game does feel different, and it does have its own value to its mission. Like most other Call of Duty games, you're running through, you're shooting, shit's blowing up, okay? This one, the missions do stand out pretty well. Some of them do kind of get confusing where you're like, you know what, didn't we just do this last mission where you're running and shooting? But the mission that we're playing right now, on the plane, this was one of my favorite missions. So the missions do feel different and they do play very well. They do have a lot of fun involved in it. And the characters as well do hold value. They do hold character development very well also. Unlike current Call of Duties that we have now, you actually do care about these characters. You do learn a little bit about them, and you play as multiple different characters in this game. And Makarov is a great villain, one of the best villains in Call of Duty video games, period, honestly. The way that they portray him, and his accent, and just his look, everything about him makes this fucking evil look evil. He just looks so damn evil, and the whole game, you hate his ass, and you want to get him, you want to kill him. That eventually leads up to the final mission where you do get the chance to kill him. Honestly, everybody freaks out and praises in Modern Warfare 2 when you kill Shepard, which I didn't really think that was that well executed. Obviously, yeah, we killed Shepard, but like I feel like it could have been done better. In this game, when you kill Makarov, it is one of the best, the most badass villain assassinations in video game history. You literally go in there chasing after him with Juggernaut suits on, shooting at all the enemies, taking everybody out. Then when you finally find Makarov, you two fall through a window, break fucking the window, and you basically hang his ass. And right after you hang his ass, you light up a cigar. It's one of the best scenes in Call of Duty history, period. This campaign, one of my favorites. I'm going to say top 5, maybe top 4 actually. I'd put it in top 4. I prefer this campaign over Modern Warfare 2, over the original Modern Warfare, and that's pretty much what I compare it. I think this is the best Modern Warfare campaign, period. Even including the new ones, the reboots, all of that. You do have an intel system as well where you walk around a map, certain locations where most people wouldn't look, you can find some intel and you can pick that up, you can get a trophy or whatever. who really gives a damn about Intel? I mean, if you guys really offered us something cool, like, oh, a camo or I don't know, something, give us something. But for finding the Intel in this game, it's pretty underwhelming. And I don't blame him. It's just like every other game. Intel is pretty much just there. I mean, who gives a damn unless you're trophy hunting? Intel's not really important. Overall, this campaign earns itself a respectable 7 out of 10 for a storytelling and gameplay perspective. You know what? I kind of want to bump it up to an 8. I do a little bit. You know what? Fuck it. It's an 8 out of 10. Now, where do those 2 points stay away from? What are those 2 points that are missing come from? Honestly, the 2 points are missing from the gameplay is very well executed, although it could have been done a little bit more fluently. Like, in Modern Warfare 2, you have the side of the snow, you're fucking raking on the side of the snow, you're climbing up it and shit, using your heartbeat sensor, all that stuff. You don't really have too much of that tactical stuff going on in this campaign. It's kind of forgotten about a little bit, but the gameplay and the narrative, well, the gameplay itself gets carried by the narrative pretty good. And at times the gameplay can be fun. Mostly you're just running around shooting. Sometimes you do have the more tactical missions, like the one on the airplane where you're actually playing as not killing everybody for once. But that is my final verdict for the campaign. It is a 8 out of 10, respectively. While Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer wasn't necessarily groundbreaking in any terms or any sense of the imagination, it was one of the best multiplayer experiences we've ever had. Honestly, hot take right here. Get ready for it. I think Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer is better, way better than Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. And people are like, what the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. You know what? Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer was great. It was awesome, fantastic. Besides the noob tubes, I don't know why everybody complains about that and the one-man army, all that stuff. But this multiplayer executes everything better. I mean, the maps are better. The kill streaks are better. The perk system is better. Everything about it in this one is better. And you do kind of feel a different vibe in Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer compared to Modern Warfare 2's. I don't know why, but Modern Warfare 2 seemed more like grounded and like struggling through the fucking Iranian deserts and shit like that. And Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer is more, I don't really know how to explain it. It's just more enjoyable to me. To me, the maps were better. Hard Hat, Resistance, Dome. These maps were more iconic to me. And I don't get why we haven't had these maps remastered as much as the Modern Warfare 2 maps, because I think they're better. Even the sounds, when you call in your kill streaks, when you join the match and the guy's like, Team Deathmatch, everything about it, it's so nostalgic. And although this was my first Call of Duty game of all time, I still went back because it was only 2 years previous to play Modern Warfare 2. And I could say I did enjoy this one way more. This multiplayer was one of the best of all time. I can just remember Call of Duty was at such an all-time high. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was one of the most sold Call of Duties of all time, at least in the top 5. Infected, Kill Confirmed, Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search and Destroy. Everything was great. And you know what? They had the DLC maps, which were free as well, which is crazy. I don't know how they pulled that shit off, giving us free maps in 2011. We had a ground, and you had, I cannot remember those maps' names exactly, but you had the face-off maps, and the face-off was great in this game because face-off was like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and you choose your classes, and they'll give you maps that suited it. But nowadays, when we do face-off, they call it gunfight, and they give us some random-ass classes that nobody asked for. You can't even choose your own class, and you have to just face off in some random bullshit maps. Everything about Modern Warfare 3 2011 is 10 times better than what it had, or what it became 10 years later in the reboot. This game on launch had a bunch of maps, a bunch of weapons, a bunch of kill streaks, score streaks, specialist streaks, perks, everything that you want in a Call of Duty, and it's so simplified, so old school military Call of Duty, then it's so fun. This has to be one of the most fun Call of Duty multiplayers ever, period. I don't know why, but this one just had a different vibe to it. It was so damn fun. And a lot of things that they had in this multiplayer, they never brought back because they're jackasses. I don't know why. And people like to yap, I remember, about this game because of the camo system and the weapon unlocking system. It's long. It's boring. Shut the hell up. This camo and unlocking system for the weapons was perfect, honestly. You had weapon XP and regular XP. This multiplayer had pretty much everything you could ask for in a Call of Duty multiplayer in 2011. One of the best and one of the most fun Call of Duty games of all time. It's overshadowed by Modern Warfare 2, mainly because of people's nostalgia and also the unbalanced gameplay in Modern Warfare 2 that makes everyone blind to the fact that Modern Warfare 3 is actually better than it.
and it really got a lot of hate. Even to this day, it still gets a lot of hate.
But this game captured an essence that is unattainable in the previous and the future and the current Call of Duty timeline. This was definitely peak Call of Duty. This was the most fun Call of Duty out there, period. Now, survival in Modern Warfare 3 was Modern Warfare's zombie mode, their third mode. And of course, they had it since Modern Warfare 2. But this one, it actually was pretty fun for a survival mode. And just take a look. Take a look at Modern Warfare 2's survival mode. I think it was Modern Warfare 2 with Piccadilly or Modern Warfare 2019, whatever it was. That survival mode was absolute dog shit. Was not fun at all because even the maps make it so boring and terrible to play on that, and nothing about it is fun. Like, just dead ass. But this one in 2011, I don't know what it was, but the crank up of the difficulty every couple waves, and just you're getting bombarded with K9 explosive suicide dogs and freaking soldiers and juggernauts and helicopters. It was a grand old time for a third mode. And yeah, they could have fleshed it out a little bit more. It could have been a little bit more polished and all of that. But all in all, it was a cool third mode, an additional amount of content in the game that they added, which they didn't have to do, but it made it more fun. And, you know, I think there were some trophies there, I think, maybe. I don't know, something like that. And they even added more and more Spec Ops missions with the DLC. Overall, after reviewing this game in total, Modern Warfare 3 Call of Duty 2011 gets a 9 out of 10. I think the campaign is close to almost badass territory. The multiplayer is perfect as it gets, even with the death streaks and all that stuff that's annoying to some people, but I think it's fun, you know, for the bad players. And the Spec Ops is the only part, and the survival is the only part where that 1 point detracts because it could have been better. But all in all, a 9 out of 10 is great for a 2011 Call of Duty game. That is what's going to get. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.